So a lot of trainees, I tell them the story, like, oh yeah, I debuted in 4 months, ha ha ha. Like, one of my trainers debuted in
No.
a month. So I was like, man, it's really up to you and how this works. But I just tell them, man, just trust the process. Like, that was one thing Kiefer asked me, like, hey man, you got something to tell these guys, the new trainees, trust the process. I don't care if it takes 1 month a year debuting, 4 months you're debuting, 6 months, a year, and you just never know how that debut is gonna go. Because if you do really good after that 8 months, man, I'll be like, oh well, it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? But at 4 months, like, just trust the process, trust your trainers, ask for advice. Watch your matches back, man. Watch your matches back, and hell yeah, go to goddamn training and work on the stuff that you need to work. That would be some things I'd say.
Just Nic is in the house.
Yes,
How
sir.
are you?
Man, I am doing fantastic. I'm doing great, man. I've been waiting for this. Yeah, that's it. I'm fantastic. I'm glad to be here. How about you, man? You doing great?
Good. No, and we did our pre-production, so I look like I'm running all over the place in my own little home office. I'm just hustling. But
I love it.
Just
I love
Nic,
it.
yeah, exactly. Because like Just Nic, so you started off with just regular Just Nic.
Yes, I did.
Where did that change come from without the T and the X? I'll throw in the X for good measure.
I was I'm not gonna lie. It's funny because I was watching this. I was recommended an anime called Hunter x Hunter, and they have an X there, but you only say Hunter x Hunter. I watched the whole thing, and then I'm over here looking like, oh man, when's the next season? And he's like, oh yeah, it ain't happening for a while. I was like, man, I'm throwing that X in my stuff, and I usually just tell people, oh, just call me Just Nic. It's simple. And
It's
yeah,
like what was that movie called? What was that, Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
yes,
It's like
yeah, I
it's
love that movie.
5.
I love
But
that movie.
the
Love
5
that.
is silent.
I love that movie. Oh man.
Yeah, and I was thinking, because like when you took out the T, was that just something out of aesthetics? Like it's just
Yeah.
X Nic, X
Yeah,
Nic?
I was like, just a little change, and I want it to be 3 letters on top and bottom, like, Just Nic. So it's just 6, and I'm like, okay, cool. Just top and bottom, 3 and 3.
Do people notice when you had the change from the regular Just Nic to the Just X Nic? Do people take note of that?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, kinda, but at the time, people spelled Just Nic so differently. When I first started, it was JUS, JUSSSSS, JUST, TTT. I was like, okay. So I was just kind of like, and then one was just like JUSNIC, and I was like, oh, I like that one. That was cool. So that's
So
where
it was like if I have like for example like PGTK Pod, this gets taken like PGTK 1 or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. They had
It
it
came to that point.
had my name different every time somewhere. So I was like, hey, you know what? Whatever. I picked the best
It's
one
whatever.
for me.
And being a wrestler now, like who did you? Well, we'll do training a little later.
Okay.
Who did you look up to as a wrestler, as a fan?
Oh man, and Shawn Michaels, dude. I was a huge Shawn Michaels fan. Like I didn't know it until like when I was a kid, and I was like, oh man, Shawn Michaels there. And then you do the dance everywhere, and you're over there doing fireworks and stuff. Yeah, it's 4th of July, popping fireworks like Shawn Michaels. That's how I knew, like, oh yeah, I'm a real Shawn Michaels fan. And Rey Mysterio. I didn't find out about Danielson until later, but definitely those two, Shawn Michaels, Rey Mysterio. I love Undertaker, and my favorite wrestler of all time is Sting, actually. So that's where it really came.
Because like I was thinking, because you mentioned Undertaker too, like even though it's like the mystique is very like, did you actually like study his character work as you started crafting the Just X Nic persona?
I wanted, man, everybody wants to do the mysterious thing, but the lights turn off. I want to be like Finn Balor. I want to do the demon. I wanted to do. Man, I had so many funny ideas, and then like my coach was like, "Dude, you're just fine, just how you are. Like, don't you don't gotta be anything else." And I was
You
like,
answered
all right.
my follow-up question. Okay, I answered that follow-up question too. Have you ever seen those wrestlers live in person? Whether it's Shawn Michaels or Rey Mysterio or
Uh, no,
Undertaker or Sting?
but I got to see AJ Styles, who's also one of my favorites. Um, I got to see I got to see Charlotte. I went to one SmackDown in Houston, and it was real cool. My friend had free tickets from church, and he was like, "You're the only wrestling fan I know. So you want to go to Raw or a SmackDown?" I was like, "Bro, I'm a SmackDown fan. Let's go." So yeah, it was an amazing time. But I got to see people I don't usually get to see, but also being a wrestler, I got to see wrestlers that I was like, "Oh, I didn't know I get to meet you. I didn't know I get to meet you. You know what I'm saying? I know I get to see you wrestle in person." So that's also awesome. So not yet. Not yet. I haven't seen him yet. I haven't seen him
Okay.
wrestle in person yet. So it's only a matter of time for me.
And who were you trained as this fan is becoming a wrestler? Who were your trainers in that time?
So I started. It's a funny date, actually. I started on Christmas Eve, 2020, and
Okay.
I was looking up wrestling schools in Houston, and Reality came up, and Texas All Stars came up, and this one was brand new, called Live Action Wrestling, and I was like, oh snap, let me try to go up in here. And it's so many names. We have so many names for this place. It's Live Action Wrestling, The Factory. We're now called Trap House Wrestling. So yeah, it's also this Saturday. So for people in Houston, if you want to go, I don't know when this podcast gonna drop. So, but one of my friends from high school actually started wrestling, and he told me to come up there. Stevie Hendricks, shout out to you. And he told me to come up there, and I met the head trainer, Jason Sullivan. Shout out to Jason Sullivan. I love you. Thanks for everything. Shout out to all my trainers, everybody, because this all, man, you might as well get a list out because it's a long, long list. Trust me. But to name off some names, I'm going to start it with, Jason Sullivan, Stevie Hendricks, El Silencio, Aden Vega, HBQ, Gino Madonna, Izzy James, Sid Mars, Kiefer Bartek, JJ Blake, Ninja Mac, Brian Keith. They all had their hand in training me. And shout out to Bulldog Senior. He's also another person who had a huge hand in my stuff, man. I really got to give a big shout out to him. Thank you so much. But yeah, those guys, it's a lot more people. Shout out to Pops, shout out to Matt Palmer and Athena, Richard, Lou Gotti, Alan Wayne Dallas. It's a lot of people. So I've been trained by a lot of people. So I went to a
That's
lot of
fair. That's
places.
fair. Because I was thinking about this too. With each trainer that you have,
Mm-hmm.
was the advice consistent and the same, or was it unique to the people that you encountered when you started training?
So it was all consistent because they were all right. They were all right. Even when it came to the old school clashing with the new school, they were all right. They were all right. And I guess the best thing you could do is how can you make it work for your character in professional wrestling, and how can you make it work for your audience and stuff. So yeah, man, I'll still listen to anybody with years in the game because they probably see it from a different angle than I do. So
Okay.
I'm all ears. I'm all ears to old school, new school. So in the middle. So you just let me know. But yeah, man, I was trained by a lot of people, and I want to thank all of Texas for helping me out.
And do you remember your first debut?
April. Funny thing, here we go again with the funny coincidences. April 24th, that 2021. So 4 months later, I debuted against I with my partners. It was a trios match. The Great Ones, who are also had a major hand in my training. The Great Ones going against the Mayhem Mafia. They're not a thing anymore, but it was yeah. I only remember one, and it's Matt Locke, and he's my trainer too. So he's taking a major break, so or whatever. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, him and his group, and that was my first win. And I was shouting out, I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated in wrestling and stuff. Literally, my next match I lost.
It's like,
So
well, it's over.
I'm not undefeated anymore. So yeah, man, that was my
No,
debut.
and I was thinking because I was thinking especially as you got through each match and as you got to get this experience,
Mhm.
how did that shape into who you are today as a wrestler and as a person?
So it's funny you say that. Man, I've been watching What Culture, Cultaholic, all these lists and wrestling things and stuff like that for like maybe since 2014, 15-ish. And it's like it's built me up for wrestling. Like now that I'm here, I'm like, man, I'm so glad I listened to all those videos and watched all those videos. And are we talking before wrestling?
Oh
Or
no,
just
as you like when you after your debut and you started to get these matches in, how did that shape you as a wrestler and as a person? Because you're basically in the trenches now in the ring.
yeah.
With each match that you have, like how did that shape you to who you are today as a wrestler and as a person?
I always had one of my trainers, like especially in the beginning when I started and debuted, I always had one of my trainers watch my match so I don't just have a match and just go home. You know what I'm saying? I got like, hey man, don't do this. Hey, do this. Like, oh, you shouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I still have my trainers message me about my matches still today. And it's like, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I still got stuff to work on. I mean, I'm only 3 years
Mhm.
in. I'm only 3 years in. So, I still got stuff to work on, but mainly I always have my trainers there to, you know, post match. This is what you need to work on, and this is what we're gonna work on. Hey, I'll see you Monday. I'll see you in practice. So that's what I did, and I continued to do even when I got to New Texas. When I went over there and trained with them for like almost, and I'd say a year and 8 months maybe, for a long time, almost 2 years with these guys. And yeah, even that, having JJ Blake, Kiefer, Bulldog, Diego, Stephen Wolf all just be there like, hey man, let's work on this. Let's work on this. I'll see you at practice Tuesday, Wednesday. So, um, yeah, have your trainers, man. Have them watch your matches, give you real critiques, real, because some people just wrestle and just go home, you know. But nah, not in
Yeah.
this day and age. Now, personally, I'm trying to get signed. So,
There you go. There you go. No,
yeah.
because I was thinking working with New Texas for that span of time.
Yes, sir.
And how has that camaraderie kind of shaped your own wrestling experience working with them?
I want to start by saying, as a business man, like moving forward, they've helped me so, so much. So shout out to Dan Miller, shout out to Kiefer, shout out to Sean Hendricks. Real big help behind the scenes. Those guys really helped me how to, you know, show myself. I don't want to say show myself. um, how to present myself as a professional wrestler on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. In person, they've come to a point where they're just like, we know you and we know you act well. So we don't got to have no conversations about your attitude and how you're going to be around people, but you should already know, you know what I'm saying? So, they've helped me a lot professionally, wrestling wise, man. Like I said, out the roof, man. This year has been a really great year for me, but I can only imagine. I remember telling my brother, I can only imagine what year 5 could be for me in wrestling. Like, I was like, whew, I can only imagine. But right now, being with New Texas, not even just helping me, helping them, helping the trainees, the people who are coming up and stuff like that. I'm really grateful to be a part of that whole team and group, because they really are trying to achieve your dreams, man. And some people don't know what to do or where to go, but we're another place like Reality, like a DFW, like Inspire, that can really get some eyes on you and try to get you to where you want to be. So I think that's one thing I really like about New Texas as well.
And with the advice that you've gotten, what was some of that wisdom that you imparted to the trainees or the ones who are coming on New Texas? What was that advice that you would give to them? with the amount of knowledge that you have?
So a lot of trainees, I tell them the story, like, oh yeah, I debuted in 4 months, ha ha ha. Like, one of my trainers debuted in a
No.
month. So I was like, man, it's really up to you and how this works. But I just tell them, man, just trust the process. Like, that was one thing Kiefer asked me, like, hey man, you got something to tell these guys, the new trainees, trust the process. I don't care if it takes 1 month and you're debuting, 4 months you're debuting, 6 months, a year, and you just never know how that debut is gonna go. Because if you do really good after that 8 months, man, I'll be like, oh well, it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? But at 4 months, like, just trust the process, trust your trainers, ask for advice. Watch your matches back, man. Watch your matches back, and hell yeah, go to goddamn training and work on the stuff that you need to work. That would be some things I'd say for young
Yeah,
trainers.
and with all the hard work that you have, you won the Contender Series as a champion. So the first time, and I always say this to people who have their belts for the first time, when someone says "and new," what did it feel like hearing those words when you got the belt at the Contender Series?
Man, my family was in the crowd, so I was,
Oh, okay, that's nice.
yeah, I was like, let's go. This is like seeing them cheer for me, like jump out of their seats for me. Like, I was like, thank you, I did it. I didn't need freaking, do all this. I did it, man. And for my boy Kenny to help me out, celebrate with him, his child, that was awesome, man. I still look. I just watched it back recently, and I was like, yeah, this was worth every second, everything that I've like lived through all the way up until now. This was worth it. So yeah, shout out to Texas Contender Series in New Texas for that moment. I will forever treasure that.
Having that lengthy reign too with the Contender Series, to have that much time constantly defending that title, what does that say about you as a wrestler to stay that long winning that Contender Series?
Man, I was here to, and I still am. I still have another singles title. May not be Texas Contender Series champion anymore, but Texas Contender Series was a brand new promotion under, New Texas. So to be like their second champion, man, I could try, man, especially if the messages between me and Kiefer, like, can I defend it with him? Can I, can I wrestle against him?
Let Kiefer cook, man.
He's like, chill, Nick. Come on, bro. I got you. All right, now pick one. Now pick one. I was like, all right. So, the one other thing is that I was with the people even though I was Texas Contender Series champion, most people take a vacation. No, I was in training Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, back to regular. Like, I didn't even win it. Like, so like those people those trainees, people who knew me, or when I was Texas Contender Series champion representing New Texas, they saw the product like, hey, this is our guy, and I did really well. I've been doing really well. I've been getting a lot of feedback from people. So to know when I was Texas Contender Series champion and I was out there, spreading around news about pro wrestling, New Texas, Texas Contender Series, where I'm from. Hey, come train here. Hey, this is a great place in X, Y, and Z. It wasn't, I'm talking about outside because there's a lot of outside work, but inside the ring, man, both, man, for outside the ring, it was like, man, I want to go here. I want to wrestle you. I want to be on Contenders. And we got a lot of people in there. And for being champion, I was already ready. I ain't gonna lie. I was already ready. Like, you could just put me in a ring with anyone. I like going back and looking back at the matches. I was like, nah, yeah, you can put me in there with anyone. It was a great time, and it still is a great time. So I'm going to continue to have a great time as being champions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I looked real fondly on the Contender Series time.
What's interesting is you won it twice.
Yeah.
Has that feeling of hearing and new again? Like, do you feel that impact as if we were getting it for the first time?
No, because I beat one of my friends for the belt. So, it never feels good to be one of your friends. I ain't like, him up, you know, but a good roll up, but shout out to Kenny Kalypso. That's why we call ourselves two number ones since we're a tag team. We both won a singles championship in the same promotions, and it didn't feel well. So I was a little rocky after that. I ain't gonna lie. So that's about it, man.
It's interesting because like when it was different circumstances for sure.
Yeah,
with this title reign.
yeah, it was, and then partnering up with the 8th Day. They thought they were smarter than anybody, but I was like, no, let's just do it. Like, let's see what happens. Like, that's kind of how I was on. I was like, let's just see what happens. Like, if you gonna wrestle me, wrestle me. But if you gonna cheat, you know what? All right. I was like, all right, cool, fine.
Yeah.
I don't act like I didn't see it coming. Everybody warned me, but I had a secret friend that gave me a little wink. They're like, hey man, that boy O'Day. So that's all I gotta say.
No, and now that you have another belt, and of course, like both those runs, those hands were changed with those titles. Having the All Fury Pro and being the face of All Fury Pro with this heavyweight championship. Was it heavyweight championship? Did I say that right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. Having that heavyweight championship on you and being the face of All Fury Pro. With all the hard work that you've done, what can you look forward to in every title defense now that you are the face of All Fury?
Yes, sir. More good matches, more matches that you wouldn't get at Texas Contender Series, because at Contenders / in Texas, we have a lot of people who's trying to get on and trying to get their face showing and trying to get the same treatment that I got. And I was like, man, go figure, man. Come on through. But like at All Fury, you get to see me wrestle against different types of opponents that you wouldn't usually see on New Texas or Contenders or even PWF. So people from Austin, Dallas, San Antonio, Laredo. I really am trying to get all types of different talent at All Fury, but yeah, just a different. If you really liked me as the Contender Series champion, you'll love me as All Fury. I'm also undefeated at All Fury, so
hey, it's a wish. It's a dream come true.
Shout out to Stevie Hendricks. Shout out to even Kane Carter. We had a great match. And my last defense with T-Ray was an amazing match. And yeah, shout out to Dimitri, who's also our, I think, Pride or Faith. It's one of those. I really, honestly,
yeah.
I'm sorry, Jacob. I don't know. But sorry, Dimitri, of course, I'm sorry. Yeah, man, we got it. And Rachel Rose is our Venus champion. Yeah, we're stacked at All Fury. So if you've never seen this person versus Jus Nic, or this person versus Dimitri, or this person versus Rachel Rose, you should definitely come. Or talent you haven't seen before, you should definitely come check out All Fury.
Which title defense surprised you in All Fury?
All Fury, T-Ray, man.
Really? Okay.
That one was like, what? Like, what? Come on, Jacob. But now he was trying to test me. He wanted to see if I could really go, and I appreciate you, Jacob. And yeah, shout out to T-Ray, man. He's really one of the goats, man, for real.
What's like the one thing that you took away from this match with T-Ray?
No matter the size, no matter how big you are, strong. Shout out to Brick.
We'll get to that later.
I think in the ring, in the professional wrestling ring, I can beat anyone. So that's what I learned from wrestling T-Ray. Like, oh yeah, okay, I see. I had one with Chris Lyons. You saw him at Baracho Pro this past weekend.
Yeah.
I wrestled him defended against him against Texas with the Texas. God dang, can't talk right now. But I defended the Texas Contender Series championship against him, Chris Lyons, and he's also one of my trainers. That's why if you ever see him with the For the Armada, I have it on my shorts as well, because he's taught me well. And yeah, it was also an incredible match. So shout out to Lions and shout out to T-Ray.
Yeah, right, awesome. And you have a tag partner with Kenny Kalypso, and where did
So,
Just Vibin come from?
hey, I'm about to start doing Just Vibin history because people have been asking. So we started at this promotion called OTOB. Funny thing is, Kenny is another person who trained me. So yeah, I know. Like I said, it's a long list. You just gotta, yeah. You probably trained me and you don't even know it. So
Hey, I'm training you with interviews.
yeah, exactly. For the big leagues. And I'm gonna shout out to my boy Emmanuel, bro. He really put me down. He taught me how to do an interview, man. But we started on this promotion called OTOB. And shout out to Troy. Shout out to my boy Derek for giving us opportunities in Houston. Like, they're coming back in 2025, so shout out to them. We started there. Kenny was a part of another group, and he tried to interfere in my match. And I was like, nah, I gave him a stunner, sent him packing, but I lost. So, yeah, I guess. But they turned on him. And then I came to the rescue like, nah, bro, me and you, we're going to be boys now. And he was like, but I was like, bro, you good. Don't worry. So we turned into Just Vibin or Jus X Calypso at first against Danny Orion of all people and Justin Tyler. So shout out to Danny Orion and Justin Tyler. Yeah, we wrestled there at OTOB, and then after that, we started tagging at PWF actually. And we worked our way up after tag match, after singles match. Finally got a #1 Contender Series match. We won. Let's go. PWF Tag Team Champions. We actually lost them to the same people.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean?
No, so we still tag champions, but we got them back. It was just, we won them in a
I thought you lost it like physically.
No, no. That's how you. No.
Okay,
They ain't gonna ever
my
trust
heart
me.
would have stopped. Anyways, good.
They ain't gonna ever trust me to be champion anywhere. I made sure that thing. Man, I sleep with my belts. If you didn't know, if anyone wants to know, I sleep with my belt. So every night, I sleep next to the All Fury Pro Championship and the PWF Tag Team Championships every single night. So even with the Texas Contender Series belt, I slept with it next to me every single night. Didn't care if I went out of town. I was like, let me get that title. It's bad boy. But yeah, we won them in a ladder match, and then we lost them to the now broken up. I was about to call them another name, but dang, I cannot remember their names now.
Jacked it.
Yeah, pretty much, because they're not even a team anymore. So yeah, we lost it to them, and we got them back the next. So we're 2-time PWF Tag Champions, and so far so good. And Kenny and I have been we've been good on PWF wise. New Texas wise, it's been a little tricky, because we haven't been on the same page. Dream Team's a lot more, I'll say, tactical than we expected. So usually we could just go in there and like, haha, we got him. Like, we're both really good, so we should be fine, But for them, we've been studying, training, practicing with each other. Not that way, just a little pause, for my other people out there, But we realized that just showing up and not just like just showing up and practicing here and there, as a tag. Practicing here and there isn't enough to beat these guys. So that's one thing I say about my new Texas journey. My new Texas journey of going for the new Texas World Tag Team Championships, because it's going to be defended around the world, especially with us. Man, only if you knew what I knew. If you knew what I knew, you'd be like, boy, what? How are you doing this? And I'd be like, don't even worry about it. Just go along with it.
It's
But
very big brain that you're talking like that
yeah,
right now. It's
yeah,
very
hey,
big brain.
hey, telling you, man. Brian Key said this one time to me, and I was like, man, what are you talking about? But I was like, I
It
said,
all
guess
makes
what?
sense later on.
A couple months later, he slid. I was like, bro, was this what you were talking about? He was like, no, actually, this just happened. I was like,
I
I
want
was
to
talking
bring
about,
this up too.
yeah,
I was
Toby.
thinking about this. I was thinking about this too. Where did the pineapple came into the picture?
Oh, that's Kenny's. He used to come out pineapple all the time. No, the pineapple lord. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, he likes pineapples. So I was like, I'm not against it. Yeah, we're going to be mad at fruit.
It's kind of interesting because now working as a tag team, what were
Mhm.
some differences and similarities that whenever it's you or Kenny partnering, like what's the difference between a tag team and doing singles matches?
So in singles, obviously, it's just you and your opponent, but in tag, you know, you have you have a partner in there that can help you out, you know. So it's not just, oh, I'm doing all the work, or it's just two singles matches or something like that. No, we're a team. We're gonna beat you as a team. You know what I'm saying? That's why if you ever seen any of our tag matches, when I hit our finish, we both pin you. You know, because we both contribute to this win. It's not just, oh, I just did it, or you just did it. No, we both did it as a team. So that's one thing I'd say. And it's brought us closer together as friends and as a tag. So we're understanding each other a lot more as a tag team because, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I've been in more tag team matches this year than I've ever been, period.
Mm.
So I'm taking on the tag team world. So if you're a tag team out there, especially you, Gary J, I'm talking to you. And yeah, because he's going to, because apparently he's gonna be at All Fury. So you know what I'm saying. And I went against his partner, Aaron Williams. So I'm just fishing. You know what I'm saying. Like I said, only if you knew what I knew. Only if you knew what I knew. So
Yeah, and what's like the most creative spot that you've done with Kenny?
man, y'all haven't seen it.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you haven't seen it yet. We've
all
been
right,
working on
okay.
something, so that's all I'm gonna
So
say. I
it
don't want to.
always one ups each other.
Yeah, man. Only if you knew, man. I really hope you can come out to one of our contender series. If you can come to the October 10th show, I know it's a Thursday, brother. I know. But if you can move mountains for you, man, if you come to that show, we gonna have a lot of people there, especially this Friday too. But at October 10th show, man, it's gonna be something. So, yeah, man. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Fair enough. And I'm going to ask the same question, much like your singles title runs. When you and Kenny were holding that belt with the tag team belts
Mhm.
at PWF, like was it the same? Was it the same this vibe? Look at that vibe.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
vibe. Was it the same vibe hearing that and new working alongside with Kenny?
Yeah, it was great, man. It felt like the contender series thing, but now I'm doing it with my friend, like, with my tag partner. So for both of us to hold belts up, that I was like, yeah, oh yeah, this is great. Like oh man, we won. I mean, there's been other moments where I felt like we really won when we both got on Inspired and wrestled. Oh man, I thought that was probably like one of my favorite moments as Just Vibin, but being on New Texas, of course. But
Yeah.
that to see personally, if you really want to know why I said Inspires, because they got to see Kenny and he got his moments and it was awesome. And I was like, yes, this man deserves to be everywhere. So that's personally why on Inspire I have a really like special place for them. So yeah, shout out to Max and Biz.
Okay. And I was thinking about that too, where, and we're gonna fast forward a bit to this year. Being part of Baracho
Mhm.
on Grapple. First of all, we'll do Grapple Quest first, and we'll talk about another match there. to be part of Grapple Quest both times and hearing this format that they're doing, how was that like?
I wrestled in high school, so it was just right up my alley. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So I remember my first couple practices, they made me wrestle everybody like that. Not like Grapple Quest, but wrestle like if I was in high school.
Yeah.
And
Amateur wrestling.
yeah, so they were really impressed. Like, oh wow, okay, okay, all right. So when they asked, like, hey, do you have any experience like that? I was like, yeah, I did wrestling in high school, did Muay Thai, and a couple other things, and they were like, oh wow, you want to be a part of it? I was like, of course. And I wrestled CJC. That was amazing. That was just amazing. And
That
then
was a cool match too.
that,
That was an opener.
yeah. Shout out to CJC, man. And man, that was a really great day. Even though I lost, I was like, yeah, we went out there and we fought, we wrestled, we did our thing. And obviously the second time wasn't as great, but I cut open Brick Savage with one of my kicks. So I know that's something to behold. And yeah, that's pretty much all I could say. I was everyone who checked on me was like, man, are you okay? And I was like, dude, I got in a real fight with Brick Savage. You gonna beat him in a real fight?
That
Everybody turned him down.
Words. If there's a Grapple Quest 3, you gotta get ready.
Oh, I'm ready. I just know that what Brick showed me that night was this is what you got to do to really to really be a top professional wrestler, because nobody else is gonna like hold your hand like, oh, this is gonna be okay. Like, no, this is how it's got to be. And no hard feelings to Brick, or anything. It is what it is. I knew what I signed up for. Same thing with O'Day. He hit me with the chair twice on the steel steps. I was like, but I knew what I signed up for. Ain't no hard feelings. Okay, maybe O'Day, I ain't gonna lie. But I was just being nice, I ain't gonna lie. But Brick, on the other hand, it is what it is. Definitely will see you down the line, because he's the PWF heavyweight champion. So we're on the same promotion. So hey now.
I was thinking about that too, especially not seeing the ropes,
Mm-hmm.
not feeling like it's basically a boxing ring without a rope. That's what it sounded like.
Mm-hmm.
How was the atmosphere from departing from your usual routine of professional wrestling being basically like a boxing ring? Like, tell us how a match goes in that type of format with Grapple Quest.
Honestly, man, if you know who Carl Gotch is?
Yes.
Okay, so he had like this pancreas shoot style type deal, and I remember watching interviews about it, like, and stuff. And I remember being like, yeah, I can do this. Even Chris Lyons, he's really big on that. He even went to a show where they showcased that type of wrestling, even with the ropes. So, Lyons has shown me a lot of that. Even Ninja Mac, he was on Bloodsport, GCW. And he has this really great clip where he does the Trouble in Paradise kick on man, I cannot remember this dude's name. And I really don't want to disrespect him. So shout out to you, man. But yeah, I remember seeing that and I was like, yeah, I want to do something like that. I want to be on something like that. And when Grapple Quest came around, I was like, so that's it was just up my alley. But the transition from that to this was so easy. Like, I mean, it was like it was like walking to me. It was like breathing. And for like match wise, much easier. I remember I was just sitting around most of the time, just like, hey, when are we going out there? like I was so ready. My opponent, like, hey man, you ready? Ready? We're just sitting around. So I like the intensity, the build up, like, oh, we're about to go out there. Come on, you ready? Like, So yeah. It's like that. It's like the Carl Gotch stuff, the super old school stuff, and shout out to Suzuki because he was a part of that too. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say about that.
And the transition wasn't even that bad to start with because you're aware of at least where the Grapple Quest format is from.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And I was thinking about now we're gonna go a bit back with was it Apocalypto? What was it? What was the one with?
Yeah.
Was it Apocalypto?
Yeah.
Okay,
I know
got it.
where
Okay,
you're
so I wanted
going.
to make sure. All right, I wanted to make sure because being an Apocalypto on that tag gauntlet
Mm-hmm.
and working with Kenny in that match, and there's so many people,
Yeah.
and going through every single team that you faced with. What was the one thing that you took away from facing so many people like that?
Me and Kenny are probably better off doing a regular tag than doing because we got done after that. We was like, man, was this a good idea? He was like, I mean, we had a chance. Yeah, we did have a chance. He's like, but it was so RNG, bro. It was so RNG, bro. I don't know, man. So yeah, we talked about it, but we were like, I mean, he was like, man, it's opportunity, bro. Come on, you gotta think about it. And I was like, yeah, you're right. But man, it was a good one. I got to wrestle someone from the UK. This would be my second UK opponent, Natalie Skies. So Ethan Hunter is the first one. So shout out to Ethan Hunter. Shout out to Natalie. So yeah, she was really nice. She kicked the hell out of me for some reason. I was like, what?
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what did you do?
Here?
It's like, what did she do to you?
Like, I was like, girl, what's your problem? Like, come on, dog. She don't even go here, man. So yeah, shout out to Natalie, man.
Well, the one spot that kind of surprised everyone was that human centipede headlock. And what the hell happened on that point?
Somebody had Kenny and someone else had him. I was like, nah, I'm getting in on this. And then they all followed me. I don't know why. I don't know why people follow me. And you know what? I know what it is. I'm gonna tell you why. It's because I did stand-up comedy. I did stand-up, and everybody know that funny shit. Like, oh, you know what? This is some funny ass shit. I know Nick think this is funny. Like, come on, bro. Let that go. I don't do that no more. I'm still funny, but let that go, man. Come on, man. Does it take a tombstone pile driver to let everybody know I ain't playing around? Like, jeez. So yeah, that's probably what it was.
No, it was just a nod to. It was just a nod to your stand-up.
Yes, they know, bro. All of them know. Like, we got something for you. Like, what? Like, imagine having that conversation before you go out there. We got something for you. I'm like, what y'all talking about?
What do you mean?
Everybody's in on something but me and Kenny. And we pulled up. We in a headlock, centipede, and everybody asked me, what happened? You tell me.
Oh,
so yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, I got it, man. They got me.
Yeah, they got you good. But anyways, and I was thinking, especially with this year, and we're kind of at the twilight of 2024.
Yes, sir.
What are you looking forward to on this second half of this year?
I really want to close out the year or before the end of this year, I want another belt. If it's possible, me and Kenny. Definitely if it's me and Kenny, I'd take that over that. I already have a singles title. I'm fine. All Fury's fine. We're good. Got to get some revenge back. You got Kato too, but we're good. I would like another bout with my brother, Kenny Kalypso. I think that'd be one thing I'd like to do. I'd like to go to. I want to reach at least 20 promotions this year before the end of this year. I'm at 15. We'll be making my 16th debut somewhere. It could be more. Who knows? I want to do my 20th debut somewhere here in Texas or out of state or this year actually I tried out for Marvelous / Pro Wrestling Noah at West Coast. So
okay,
that was a real big thing for me, and yeah, that's pretty much it, man. If just keep on going and keep on helping people. So that's probably it. I'll say just one more belt.
Okay, awesome. We're gonna end our conversation with it. So thank you so much, Just Nic, for having you on. It's been because I watched a lot of your matches.
Thank you.
Over the past year, and I was like, let me get you down the line. I have 15 other guests.
Yeah, I know. I see so many people like New Texas did, and I was like, oh man, I want to be on this. And then you finally like, hey, you want to be on? No way! I almost did a backflip. Like I was lit.
It was
so
literally
happy.
that's like, I'll get Just Nic. There's like 5 of them. Like, all right, write
Thank
that
you,
down.
man. Hey,
but
man.
I made some time for the season, and I wanted to talk about your career here in the Texas Indies, and I'll end this conversation with this. And adolescents, according to the WHO, listed the ages between 10 and 19. Now, if you're in the same room as a young Just Nic at the age of blank, what would you like to talk to him about?
I would literally have to sit him down and just be like, hey, whatever you're thinking, whatever you think is cool, whatever you think that you think would work, and even if it doesn't, try again, but it's gonna work. It's somehow you already know that the stuff that you like works. And all you need to do is just go and try it and do it. That goes for when I was in track football and wrestling in high school, but anything. If you want to go out and just do anything, I believe that if I heard those words from myself, I would be like, oh, really? All right, well, let me go try this. Let me actually go try this for once. So for the stuff that I did try out, I'm really grateful for they worked out the way they did. But yeah, doing stand up, being a professional gamer, to open up a shoe store, 2 studios, all this crazy stuff. Yeah, I would definitely tell him, yeah, definitely go try it, because I'm telling you, it's gonna work somehow, some way it's gonna work out. So it's even right now, like it's working out so well. Like I said, only if you knew what I knew, but man, yeah, that would be what I would tell him. Like even if he had a million questions, I'd sit him down and be like, yeah, nope, just go. I'm telling you, it's gonna work. Like, even if it's like a phone call every day from the past to the future, yeah, I got you. Like, so yeah, that would be it, I think.
And it sounds like there's risk with those moments. And were you when you were at that age, was there like moments of you're like, no, I'm not sure, and then later on it did manifest itself into that dream?
Yeah.
Was like risk kind of like a discouraging factor at that time?
It was, I cared a lot about what people think, and I still do, but in the sense of like, hey, you're somebody I care about. If it's someone I care about that, who loves me and knows me and stuff like that, yeah, I'm gonna care about your opinion. But if you're somebody I don't know and I've never met, but those days, where I cared about everybody's opinion and stuff, now I'm kind of like, yeah, bro, you don't even know me, like, like you just met.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was more like I just cared about what everybody thought about it. I was insecure about what everybody else would think. And like even with music, I remember I dropped my first song and it didn't go crazy like I wanted to do. But for the feedback that I did get, I was like, wow, really? Thanks, man. And I was like, damn, I should have did this shit earlier. What the fuck is wrong with me? Like, it was more like that. Like, what the hell, dude? What am I doing? It was like one of those things. It was, yeah. And like I said, the stuff I did, like doing stand up, professional gaming and stuff, I was like, oh man, I could really do this. Like, and like, I'll tell you a quick story. Like, I remember, the game Tekken, right?
Yes.
So, I took my brother, like my older brother. He was really good at the game. My oldest brother, his name is Jordan / Shadow. he was really good at the game. He hasn't played the game in years. He never been to a tournament. And this motherfucker got fucking third at a really hard
Oh
tournament.
no.
So I'm like, what the hell? And then it just made me realize like I remember even post like during the pandemic and telling my brother all these stories about gaming and stuff and how it was, and he was like, man, we really could have done it, huh? And I was like, what are you talking about? I still do it. Like, so it was moments like that made me realize like, bro, I couldn't have done anything. Like, I guess I just needed someone that encouragement. Like, hey, who cares what they think? Just go do it, man. Like, just go out there and do it. Like, So, but my trainers were like that with me. So shout out to all my trainers who stuck by my side and helped me out through all this. Shout out to Noah from the Forsaken. I didn't get to say what's up for you, but that's another person. So yeah, man, definitely that, man. I got it right now, so I'm grateful right now. So I got all the people that's like, hey, man, don't think about that. Like, you good, man. Just do your thing. So yeah, shout out to all the people that's with me, that's been with me, that stay with me. I love all of y'all. Thank you so much.
Awesome. We'll see Just Nic in the next Evo in about 5 years.
Hey, listen, I played Mario Kart. I'm a really good Mario Kart 8 player. So that's my game. I just recently seen them doing tournaments at Nintendo. I was like, what? When was somebody gonna tell me? I would have been training. I'm over here playing. I'm out here wrestling. Like, but I was like, it's okay. I've won a Mario Kart tournament before. I'm good. I'm Gucci. So yeah.
But I have nothing left to give Just Nic. You have the floor. Where can we find you? And this episode will be out on the 6th.
Oh, okay. Oh, no problem. Man, I just want to say I want to thank my family first and foremost. They really, really helped me out. Especially my grandma who passed away. Really thank her. She got me my first ever gear. Shout out to Sarah. She's the one who's my grandma's best friend who made that. Probably when you saw me at Grapple Quest, those shorts, the first time, those were the ones. So I'm definitely going to frame those shorts when I'm like, oh, I'm done with these. These are never getting worn again. Unless I'm like, damn, I got no choice. I got to wear these. Like, so that'll be the only time I wear them. But yeah, shout out to my family. Thank you, my dad, my mom, my brothers, my sisters. They're the ones who helped me out get to the places. I tried out for TNA. I tried out for Pro Wrestling Noah. I tried out for damn WWE. I tried out for all these places, and it was definitely because of them. Of course, me. I put the work in, and I went out there. But I really want to thank them for sure. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for my family, my friends, my supporters. You guys are not fans. You're my supporters. Thank you so much, man. Really, you guys are going to be real proud of me real soon. And I hope I'm making you guys proud every single day. So thank you to my trainers. All Fury Pro in October. Texas Contender Series October 10th. Next Level Wrestling, actually. If it's 52 minutes in, and somebody stayed all the way till then, I'll give you a quick little preview. And Next Level Wrestling, it'll be Just Nic versus Dustin Nguyen. So, yeah, that's a big one I'm looking forward to. I would tell you something else, but I'm gonna just quiet. But just be on the lookout for next year in February in Austin. That's all I gotta say.
Awesome. So we'll end our conversation here. For those who are watching and listening, thank you so much for tuning in, and we're on to the next one.
Yes, sir. Bye. Shout out.